Hi there, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for your online TOEFL course, the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. These comments are for Juggler. So in your specific situation here, you say you took the TOEFL test in the middle of September, and here are your results. So you had 18 points in the reading, you had 17 points in the listening, you had 20 points in the speaking, and 23 points on the writing. So overall, the speaking about familiar topics, you were fair, 2.5 to 3.0. Speaking about campus situations, you were 2.5 to 3.0. And then about academic content, this is where you were lower. You had 1.5 to 2.0, right? Now, if you take a look at your writing, there is a connection a little bit between the integrated speaking and integrated writing. That was lower. You do better when you're talking about familiar type topics, it looks like. So we can kind of see a pattern going on here. Probably you have to improve your academic vocabulary just a little bit. Now let's take a look at okay, so this is the last part of the email here. Germany, I plan to finish my bachelor's degree in a course of studies. For my studying, I also need to absolve 30 credit points full in English. The requirement to be allowed to absolve is to have 90 plus points in the TOEFL IBT. And let's take a look at what else. The alternatives are the academic IELTS tests and the Cambridge. As a result of scoring a 78 points, you missed by 12. So you say, how did I get attention on you? You say, I saw an online video from you on YouTube before I took the TOEFL IBT. Somehow I kept you in memory. I have around 3 months, 5 months time left to reach a score of 90. Is it possible? The answer is yes. It is possible. You say, I studied with Cracking the TOEFL IBT by Princeton Review for around 6 days full in time. No other preparation for the test taking. Somehow it wasn't that much helpful for me. Well, it was probably helpful, but you got to realize here, Juggler, is there's no way in 6 days that you can make any significant improvement with your academic English language proficiency. If you use the book for maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 months and you're using and getting a lot of exposure to English, it will help. You say, I already know I should start reading 1 hour, listening 1 hour conversations. In my past, I never did so, but you got to do it. Remember that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. That was said by a Chinese philosopher. So I think it is possible for you to reach your goal. 90 or higher is not easy. And if we go back to look at your scores here, okay, so you need to get some improvements in the reading, listening, and the speaking areas. Even the writing area, right? But if you got 23 in all areas, that would get you at about 92, right? So my recommendation for you is to follow my 90-day TOEFL study guide. Now remember that the most important part of my online TOEFL course is it gives you a space to post your speaking and your writing practice test, and also you can post your pronunciation practice test online. Now, my 90-day study guide is simply a suggestion. Once you become one of my online students, you can use my course any way you want. You really can. You can study, for example, in the grammar area of my course, or I think for you, you need to do a lot of study in the vocabulary part of my course. So you can do whatever you want. The study guide is simply a suggestion of specific lessons that you can work on over the next 90 days to improve your academic English language proficiency. All right, you see what I'm saying? So you already know that you should be doing the reading and the listening for an hour. Now do that. You got to do that. I would do that before I do anything. And remember, get in the habit of note-taking on the reading and the listening passages. You've probably seen some of my videos that discuss that. That's also important. And even using your notes, you can start practicing either speaking or writing about that information. So that's also good. So if you spend roughly 1.5 hours every day doing the reading and the listening practice you already know you should do, maybe spend another 1.5 to 2 hours every day going through the lessons in my 90-day TOEFL study guide, that should get you where you need to be. And what you can do even is in about maybe 2.5 months from now, if you're diligent, you're going through all my lessons, you're following the 1.5 hours of reading and listening practice every day, if you're doing all those things, it would be a good idea for you to take a full-length IBT practice test. And you can find more once you become one of my students. If you want to take a full-length IBT practice test, you can go to the 8th section of my course and you can learn more about this additional service I offer for my online students. All right, and that'll give you a pretty good idea, because once you get your 6 speaking tasks scored and both of your writing tasks scored, and then you get subtotals in all the areas along with your overall score, then you can make a decision, okay, am I ready or not ready to take the actual TOEFL IBT exam? All right, anyway, good luck to you and all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.